tank A, B, and C were each filled with some water. The volume of water in tank A was 25% that of tank B. Then 20% of water in tank A and 50% of water in tank B was transferred to tank C. In the end, the total volume of water in tank A and B is 252 liters, while the total volume of water in tank C is 236 liters. Find the volume of water in tank C at first. Before we start, we're going to change all the percentage to fraction. So a quarter, then 20%, 1 out of 5, and for 50%, it is going to be half. The volume of water in A was a quarter that of B, which means B is 4 units, and A is 1 unit. Remember, whenever there's a fraction in between two items, alright, the numerator will belong to the name, to the item mentioned before it, and then the denominator will belong to the item mentioned after the fraction. A, 1 unit, B, 4 units. So when we have a fraction question, now it's a fraction question, am I right? We can either choose to do a model or ratio table. So by and large, if the numbers are very small, we can just draw model. It is much better to see it in terms of model drawing, in terms of units. But if we're going to do a lot of cutting up the models, 10 units, 20 units, it's going to be very messy. So it's better to do ratio table. So for this question, alright, I can foresee that we need to cut it up. So I'm going to use a ratio table. Most of the time, I wouldn't need a change row to appear because most of the time, I'm only interested in the before value and the after value. But for this particular case, for this question, the change value is important. So I'm going to introduce this change row. So like I said at the beginning, for A, it's 1 unit. And then for B, it's going to be 4 units. This is the ratio. After that, 1/5 of the water in here, this is 1 unit. To get 1/5, it will be 0.2 units, isn't it? Which is, usually we wouldn't like to deal with decimal for fraction, or for units in general. So I'm going to change to an equivalent fraction or equivalent ratio such that I will get a nice number when I remove 1/5. So the best number that I can get is actually from 1/4, 1 to 4, I'm going to change it to 5:20. 5 units to 20. This way I can remove the 1/5. So 5 units, remove the 1/5. I'm going to minus 1 unit. So at the end, I'm just going to be left with 4 units. After that, half of water in B was transferred to C. So half of this, which is minus 10 units. And then I'm going to left with 10 units. So how much water was transferred to C? 1 plus 10, 11 units. I'm going to write plus 11 units. Moving on, in the end, the total volume of water in A and B is 252. So 252 is over here. And for C at the end, we know that it's 236 liters. So I'm just going to probably write it down, 236 liters. Okay, so we have everything filled up. We just need to find out this, which is quite straightforward now. We know that 14 units is 252 liters. So 14 units is 252 liters. From here, we're going to find out 1 unit, which is 252 liters divided by 14 to give us 18 liters. So for every unit here, every unit is 18 liters. Let's find out how much water was added to C. Once we can figure out the value here, We just need to subtract it, work our way backwards to find the answer. So maybe I can write it down here. 11 units will be 18 liter times 11, that is 180 plus 18, 198 liters. This 11 units here, I'm going to replace it with plus 198 liters. To get to the answer, just work our way backwards. Volume of water in tank C at first. At the end, 236 liters. Since 198 liter is added, we're gonna subtract 198 liters to find out the answer, which is 38 liters.